Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Estonian Cricket. We are here at the National Cricket and Rugby Field at Tiskre for the opening game of the 2023 season. It's the EPL T20 Division 1 match between the Tallinn Strikers and the Tallinn Hippos. My name's Terry and I'm joined by Travis.
Morning, Terry. How are you?
Good, thanks. Glad I'm not out in the cold.
Me too.
Yeah, the players and everyone else is down at the ground, other than the two of us, are freezing.
Yeah, I'm quite warm out of the wind. Actually, strangely enough, there's not much wind around today compared to the last week. Getting the grounds ready this week has been horrible, to say the least.
Yeah, if the players knew what the ground staff had to put up with earlier, they would be absolutely loving the conditions today.
Yes, it was. Yesterday I had one of the best showers of my life. I was just cold to the bone and got home and warmed up. But the ground's looking all right. As some of the viewers might say, there's a few dead patches out there that the very harsh winter that we've had has created a bit of a problem for us, but we're getting on top of it. I hope to see it a little bit greener in the next 6-8 weeks. But for the first game, it's looking all right. We've got Carlo opening from the Kiev end.
The Hippos won the toss and sent strikers into bat, and here is your first ball.
Carlo comes in. I was over the wicket. Nice, in line.
Little bit of shape there.
A little bit of movement in there. Not much movement from the batsman there. The bib just seeing, I think he'll see a couple through. Wouldn't like to get out for a duck on the first ball of the season.
No, yeah, he's definitely going to want to play himself in here.
I was watching Carlo in the nets, and he's looking all right for the long winter off. And
slash over the top. It's racing away. We'll see just how fast the outfield is.
Didn't quite make the rope. That was over Robbo's head. And some runs on the board.
Yeah, there wasn't much power in the shot, so an indication that the outfield has got a little bit of pace in it.
Yeah, the wind has dried it off. There's definitely not much moisture in the top surface. And the grass is a little bit long. We're trying to keep it long at the moment for the regrowth. This growing season's just started. And we hope it continues nicely. Carlo comes in again.
Dances down the wicket.
Picked up inside the 30-yard circle.
So that brings on to strike Ali Masood, new player for the Strikers. He's been through a few different clubs in his time in Estonian cricket: Eastie Tigers, Stallions, Tartu Wolves, and this year he's joined the Strikers.
Also part of the national team, yeah?
Indeed.
Yep, captain.
Not Ali, no.
Not Ali?
No, that's Arslan.
Arslan. Yeah, sorry, my bad. Ali Masood, yes. Umpires are looking good out there in their HML jackets. Well needed to keep the wind off of them.
Indeed. They'll have a few other layers underneath there as well.
Yes. Had the privilege of doing the toss this morning for the ECA board to open the season. Carlo comes in again, a little bit offline there.
Wraps off the pads. It's going to be a leg by. And that's what the umpire signals. Colour's definitely getting some shape through the air.
Yep.
Keep the batsmen on their toes. Any of our regular viewers from last year might feel a little disorientated that the angle looks a bit different.
No one kept down low.
Yeah, a little under edge there. As you can see the nets in the background, and that's not what you saw previously. It's because we've moved the commentary hut and the camera to the other side of the field. We've now got Kiev behind us, and we're looking north towards Stockholm.
It is the Stockholm end, yes. I'm not sure Helsinki's probably the better orientation. I think Stockholm's over that way, but we call it the Stockholm end just for giggles. But yes, as you can see, if anybody's listening and want to sponsor the nets, we have some large area that we could cover there with some banners if you're interested. $1,000 a square metre, fully negotiable. Make an offer. We'll pay you. Right, so we've got Rudesh. Marco, usually the keeper for the Hippos, but I believe he's out for most of the season for the Hippos.
Yeah, Marco's got a back problem. So I don't know how much you'll see of him. So he's stepped back from national team involvement. He's not retired, but you'll see how his physio goes, his recovery. He'll look to, if he gets good, play a few games for the Hippos and return to the national team next year.
Yep, that'll be good. So we've got Rudesh. Those duties are also shared with Stu Hook, I believe, throughout the year. But Rudesh is a bit younger and a bit springier in the step. So we've got a new bowler for the Hippos coming in now. Preangle. I'm not 100% sure on his past, but Robbo was saying that he's new to Estonia. He's living in Tartu and formerly played in Hong Kong. He's watching him in the nets. He seemed to know how to hold a bat and looks all right with the ball, getting a bit of movement out of that first one.
Yeah, it wasn't a bad first ball for his debut.
At least it wasn't a wide, actually. There's no wide so far. And there's a drop. No,
I don't think there was an edge on that. I'm pretty sure I saw a little bit of gap between bat and ball.
No, I think Heath would have got up a little bit louder and prouder if there was any sort of noise, or at least a bit closer. But nice to see. Some straight bowling to start the season off.
Well, it is Division 1. We do hope for a higher standard.
Wrangle comes in again from the Stockholm end. Chipped away to square leg. It'll be picked up by Remo.
Coming back for 2.
2 runs there. Umpires, who we got out there today? We have...
Deleta.
Yep.
And my memory is failing me.
And that one's chipped out, picked up by Simon, just kept inside the 30-yard, and that keeps him to 1 run.
Simon making his debut for the Hippos, formerly of Tartu Cricket Club. Transferred to Hippos this season.
Just for the T20 series, is it? Or is it for the whole year? For the whole
no, he's transferred.
Transferred?
Yeah, he's...
Yep. Okay. Prangle comes in. Oh, it's nice shape coming through there. Just keeping the batsmen on their toes. Not sure Ali has his eye in yet. Interesting choice of the green helmet with the orange, black and grey outfit. It's good to see him wearing a helmet.
Yep. Pringle comes in once more.
And he's chipped that off, and that's going to go over for 4 square leg. And it's still running. It's probably 40 metres per. I don't think we have any problems with the ground slowing the ball up.
Not at all.
That's probably right along the ground for another 40 metres past the boundary.
It was very well played by Ali there. I think that pitch just outside leg and then came in on him, and he played it perfectly off his legs.
Beautiful shot.
Timed it brilliantly.
That completes the over, so not a bad over, really. Couple of dot balls on boundary. Scores 12 for none off of 2. And who have we got listing? Romeo. G'day, Romeo. How are you? Anybody else listening in have any questions or comments? Please feel free. We are watching the comment on YouTube as it comes in. Carla returns and comes in bowling to Habib. And a little bit
I think we've got our first wide.
There we go. So Carla just
shaped away from him.
So during the last week, we did something that we haven't done before, and that was we got the big whacker out over the synthetic carpet and give it an extra heavy compacting. It seems to be not a great deal of difference at the moment.
Habib goes aerial for the first time.
Ramo's under the
at 6.
Gone over Ramo's head. He couldn't get his fingers to it. Ramo was standing on the boundary, jumped up in the air and just threw his fingers, and it's crossed the road.
And those who don't know, Ramo is not short.
No, he's not. No, good 6-footer.
So, yeah, when it clears him, it's absolutely cleared anybody who could be out there having a chance. First 6 of the season goes to Habib.
And second wide, that did swing down a little bit. And Carlo just needs to get his breath at the top of his mark and take 5. So on the boundary, we've got Stu, Ramo.
It should be just the 2 of them.
Just the 2 of them, yep.
It is the power play. Colour coming in once more. Much better delivery.
Falling straight.
Shown some respect.
He knocked a bit of pace off that one by the look of it as well.
Mm-hmm.
But good to get back online. Beef. Heath should have been 20 years younger, a bit more flexible. He might have caught that.
I think he'd have to have dived.
Yes.
He didn't look like he had any interest in diving, but he stuck the arm out and he realised that
Mac had the
he
legs on
needed
him.
to be go-go gadget arm to have any chance. I would actually say Tim Heath should be a little wider. Surely Rudesh.
I don't think he should get much. Oh, you mean his position for himself? I don't think he should get much wider at all.
No, I think he should. I'll rephrase that. I think he should take a couple of paces to his right and move to a wider position. I know Rudesh is not the tallest wicketkeeper, but he should be able to get across to where Tim is. Certainly, if Tim stuck his left arm out, they'll be able to touch each other.
I think it's a little bit deceptive. I think Tim's a little bit behind, is he?
He is behind.
Not a great deal. Nice pick up there. And 2 runs. So a bit of a long over there for Carlo. I'd imagine that after this he's probably going to have a spell. And that's up in the air, off the pad. A little bit too high for off the pad. That was.
Yeah, it came off as if there was a bit of bat, but no one really got excited.
No. Everybody's pushed out onto the boundary now. All right, Carlo comes in again from the Kiev end. Bib shows a bit of respect and just rolls it back to him. And that's the end of a very long over for Carlo.
Yep.
He'll be glad to see the end of that one.
Strikers moved to none for 25 after 3. They'll be very happy with that start. Hippos wanting to make a breakthrough very, very shortly. Get one of these guys back in the tent. But there's a lot more batting to come from the Strikers.
So in case anybody's wondering, it does look deceptively warm out there. It is currently 6 degrees with a very low wind, but it actually the iPhone's saying it feels like 3 degrees. Next year we've made a bit of a plan, and I think next year we're going to start a little bit later in the season, just to give us a little bit of a head start on the ground and enjoy cricket a bit more than being cold.
Yeah.
Next year you might see us in here middle of May, a little bit later, depending on weather.
Hippos brought in a second slip for Pringle's second over.
Mr. Stu Hawke trying to warm his hands up. Probably had a leg side slip if Brown was going to do bowls like that.
Yeah. Captain Hookie must be very pleased that he's made that fielding change, and then his bowler goes the other side.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, we've got Robson out and Calais.
Cuts this one away just behind Simoon at point.
And it's going to... Simon picks it up.
Get through easily for 2 runs.
Walking the second.
Yep.
So, Terry, you've been busy in the off-season. Let's have a chat about the kids' cricket program. How's that going for you?
Yeah, we've had a number of sessions of introduction to cricket for kids and a indoor junior league. And starting tomorrow, we've got a outdoor junior league.
Brangle comes in from the Stockholm end. He watches that one. Tries a straight and picked up by Mac.
Yeah. Big gap there at mid-on as Dave Robson is back on the boundary. Long on.
Oh, we've got some spectators down here.
Yep.
Very nice to see.
4 of them over to our left and at least 1 over to the right. And wide variety of ages amongst the 4.
Yes. We've got Anna Marie and the young fella.
Erasmus. And what looks like a grandfather and grandson who I don't recognise. That's a good delivery there. Oh, the fielder slips.
Yep.
I'll get 3 for 1.
That's the problem with a little bit of a long grass at the moment. We don't allow spikes. Well, we allow spikes, just not batting or bowling, and nobody seems to use it. So the rubber spikes are a little bit slippery. A little bit of dew still around. Straight to Stu Hook at third. Gully.
Yeah, Gully.
Gully.
He decided the second slip wasn't working.
Yep. And that's the over. So yeah, the kids program. My 2 kids were involved in that, and they had a great time. They're looking forward to tomorrow, along with a couple of the others. We're going to be holding it in the city this time.
Yeah, at Snelly Stadium, underneath the medieval wall. It's a very picturesque location.
And if anybody's listening and wants to join, how do they get hold of you, Terry?
They can email operations@estoniancricket.com or go to the website or any of our social media, and they'll see links for registering.
Oh, he's got hold
in
of
the
that.
air, his fielder's come in, but it's going to fall just in front of him.
Yep. The Rebo's picked that up. Carlo for his 3rd over in a row. I guess he's going to be... Well, will they keep him for 1 over at the end, or are they going to keep him up against these guys and see the power play out with the 2 main bowlers? Because we still have Robbo. Robbo's... I'm sure he's itching to get out there. Owen's
Cuts this one away into the gap. I'll look for 2.
Richard's gone and put the power into this, and Simoon's picked it up before him. Hippos all over the ball early today. 3 of them chasing that down.
Once again, the strikers openers just dawdling through for the second. They look like they're trying to conserve energy, hoping to carry their bats all the way through, I guess.
And that's wide. So if you're listening, what do you think of the new camera angle? We do have a few people listening out there, watching.
Yep. Let us know where you're watching from.
Just seeing these guys walk past and have a seat on the logs. Maybe we should bring over some table and chairs for people passing by. Oh, and Beef's dive to the right for that one. And I'm not going to say he got a finger to it, but he
got close.
He did move on it.
Yeah, it was a good effort from the slip. He threw everything he had at that one. So I'm going to go back to my previous statement that I think he should be slightly wider.
And he has. He's now set himself there.
In the air, in the gap, and 1 bounce, 4 runs.
It was Dwayne Leverock from Bermuda.
I thought of that in the previous one as well. When the first edge, that if he had have dived and caught it, I would have immediately gone, oh my God, Beefy's done a Leverock. I then would hope that he would get up and celebrate the same way that Dwayne Leverock did.
Yes. He ended up losing a bit of weight recently and then put it back on again, playing for... I think he went out and made a century as well, did he, for Bermuda? Last year, the year before?
Oh, that does ring a bell.
And Carla comes in from the Kiev end, full ball here, it's pitched up.
They're going for the single, run-out chance. Oh.
Now, we're still running the zings.
Yep.
We're sponsorless at the moment.
Yeah, there's no sponsor on the stumps now.
For the T20 League? Kind of.
For the T20, definitely. There's no sponsor at all at this point in time.
And he's down and swept that. Remo will come and pick this up. And just a single.
Yeah.
And Carlo with a much nicer over. Just a 1 wide and 1 boundary. Carlo none for 28 off of 3. Branger holding his own at none for 14. 7 and over.
Striker's off to a very good start. None for 43 after 5. It's mostly Habib, 28 from 20. Ali's just supporting him, 9 from 10 deliveries. Kush in the chat on YouTube.
Little Kush.
He likes the new camber angle?
Yes, but this is why we put it here. We've actually got a dollar sign on the glass in front of us, so if you hit it, you got to pay for it. It would be nice to take a catch in the commentary box. Preferably not with glass all over. Robson in from the Stockholm end. Left-hander coming into Ali. And first ball from Robson is full.
Kush is predicting that a lot of sixes are going to be hit towards us here in the commentary box.
Yeah. Hopefully it stops before the cars get hit by the ball.
Yeah, better it hits the box.
That's a nice ball from Robbo.
He's angled that across the batter really well.
I'd like to see him after a few balls. He warms up a little bit. He'll pick up his pace a bit more.
It is his first over in a very long time.
Yes.
He missed the vast majority of last season.
I was in slips. Hooky was in keeper. Robbo was bowling on ground 2. One of his last spells that he had. We were standing on the 30-yard line, and Stu asked for a set of inners. He was bowling some heat. He's chipped that away, and that's going to go for 4.
Yep.
That's only going to fire Robbo up a little bit more. So.
Yep.
Nice battle going on already between Habib and Robbo.
Yeah, both members of the Estonian national team. Robbo has just gotten the call up. He became eligible this year. Fuller delivery and a little bit...
slower delivery. The national squad's been selected. When's their first game for the national team?
The men's national team will be in action in June, 17th and 18th.
Whoever comes in from the Stockholm end again. A bib comes down, but No runs scored. Sorry, yes?
And I'll be playing an ECI T10 in Stockholm against Sweden and Germany. That'll be live on ECN on their YouTube channel. Everyone to tune in and watch.
No doubt we'll be having a bit of social media activity before that. And when will the team itself be selected, the travelling team be selected that we can announce? A couple of weeks before, a month before?
It'll be announced on the 8th of June.
Okay.
The team has actually been selected. The players have been informed so that they can get their time off work and all of that sorted out. So they get plenty of notice. But it will be publicly announced on the 8th of June.
Which is not far away.
No. And bowling change from the Kiev end. Another national team player, Richard Parkin.
Yeah, nice to see Dick getting the ball early.
It's going to be left arm from both ends.
He did some very exciting bowling last year. He took 6 or 7 for in a game. Took a hat-trick.
Yeah, these are all parts of the reason of why he's in the national team now.
We've got Hooky very straight. That might be Mac out on
Cow corner.
Yeah. And somebody out there.
Slices that one away, finds the gap, and
Angle comes in and picks it up and holds them to 1. That's a big hit for 1.
Yeah, I would prefer to see the batters getting through these singles quicker, looking to push the second.
Parkin comes in and
in the air, Max coming round, he's not going to get to it.
And that will be a 6. I'm going to head off for a little bit, Terry.
All right, mate. Stay warm. Richard Parkin coming in again now to Habib. Full toss, and it's caught and bowled. Habib smashes it straight back to Parko, and he is very grateful. Takes the catch, gets the breakthrough the Hippos have been desperately looking to find, and they've got the one that they would prefer. Habib, who is really charging things along well for the strikers. He has to go for 38. He's very disappointed in himself. He knows he should have hit that far better. He'd have been looking to get that one well over the bowler's head and to the boundary. But instead, his innings comes to an end and he's back in the pavilion. That's one national team player replaced by another as the national team captain, Arslan Amjad. Amjad comes to the crease. It is a lot of national team representation between these two sides. We've got 6 strikers players who are current members of the national team, and then we've got 4 from the Hippos who are currently in the national team. There's also a sprinkling of 4 more. Outside edge, right through the gap between Tim Heath and Dave Robson. Coming back for second, Ali Masood is really on a Sunday stroll here, despite the fact that it's Saturday and he's actually playing cricket. So tells me he's been instructed to be anchoring the innings. Swing and a miss outside of off stump from Arslan. That was a bit of a casual effort there. Richard Parkin swings the ball quite a fair bit, so you need to be on top of it, get your head above it, There's a big appeal for LBW. Doesn't look like the umpire is interested. No, he's not. And there's going to be an overthrow as no one was paying attention to the throw that came in from the fielder. Richard Parkin absolutely thought he had his man. The umpire is saying, no. I have absolute certainty that that was not going to go on and hit the stumps. So at the end of the over, a wicket, 9 runs come from it. 10 runs, actually. And that brings the Strikers' score to 58 for the loss of 1 wicket. Viewers, you might see quite a few dead patches in the infield there on your screen. Unfortunately, we've picked up a fungal disease. Hopefully we'll have that dealt with in a couple of weeks as Dave Robson continues from the Stockholm end. Oh, leaps up. Stops that one. Arslan trying to look to go over the bowler's head. But he just gets his fingertips to it. To keep it to a dot ball. Arslan shapes up that time, but just decides to block it out. Yeah, the fungal disease is unfortunately on both the cricket fields and the rugby ground. Arslan drives this one straight to the mid-off fielder, but it's taken a bounce right in front of him. They're coming back for 2. There's been a mix-up. I think he's got him. He has. It was terrible running from the Strikers pair, and Arslan is out. Never 2 in it. It was the misfield, but at the point where he started going, the fielder had already thrown it. And the throw was straight to Dave Robson standing at the stumps. He takes the bails off. So it's 2 wickets down. And the Strikers' excellent start has hit a couple of road bumps here. And the new batter is Bilal Masood. So we have the 2 brothers, Ali and Bilal, at the crease together now. They are also both national team players as Dave Robson comes in again. This one's sliced away. Ali's found the man in the deep who's come in. He's telling his brother to stay there. We'll just take the single. So while the Hippos will be very happy to have removed Arslan, and especially to have done so cheaply, they know they've now got another good batter at the crease. Oh, that's well bowled from Dave Robson. Play and a miss from Bilal for his first delivery. Suddenly there's a little bit more torque in the field from the Hippos. Outside off stump, just knocked down. Stu Hook, the fielder, prevents them from taking any runs. So a very good over for the Hippos there. Dave Robson picking up, giving away just the one run, and there was also the wicket, the run out of Arslan. So it's 2 for 60 after 8 overs. Run rate now at 7.5. Unfortunately, we've got our camera angled down a bit too much, I think. No, I haven't got enough sky, because if you could see the sky, you would just see a very large flock of geese that just went past. They had been over on ground 2 feeding. As Richard Parkin continues, it's in the air. It's going to just beat the fielder, and it's going to go away for 4, just to the left of our commentary hut. It was a good 3 metres over the head of Simon Krasi. Good shot from Ali Masood. Takes him to 16 from 14 deliveries. Hippos captain just requesting a certain line from his bowler, Richard Parkin. See if he can deliver. Played and missed. Rudy takes the stumps out. Tim Heath is pleading with the square leg umpire for a stumping from his position at mid-wicket, just outside of your screen. The Zing stumps have been reassembled. Richard Parkin shall continue. Fuller delivery, driven. Stu Hook comes in off the boundary to Keatland to the single. Those of you watching, let us know where you're watching from. It's a good ball there from Parko. Bilal can't do anything with it. Playing himself in. He hasn't played for a while. He played 2 games of indoor over the winter. Cuts this one away just behind the point fielder. Looking for 2. They should get it very, very easily. He's now got the ball. Throw comes in. Good throw from Colour there, the fielder. Yeah, those of you watching us on YouTube, let us know where you're watching from. Yeah, we've got viewers from all over the world. As Bilal just pushes that one away. Two for 67 after 9 overs. Both teams will be not unhappy at this point in time. Strikers on track for a 150 score, which is basically about par. Both teams will see this as an opportunity for one of them to take the advantage and try to push that further towards their direction. As he goes aerial, there is a fielder out there. He's under it, but it's just gone over his head for 6. It is one of the shorter fielders. It's a long way away from me. I can not quite make him out. I have more of an average height. All I know is it's not Remo, who's out on the boundary on the other side of the field. And it's not Richard Parkin, who's basically just in front of me. One of those two may have got to it. Oh, swing and a miss outside of off stump. Welcome back to the live stream of our EPLT 20 Division 1 match between the Strikers and the Hippos. Sincere apologies for the lack of stream for half of the first innings. We completely and utterly lost internet, so it took us all of that time to fix things up and to be able to be back broadcasting to you live. And just before the second innings gets underway, I'll take you through what happened, what you missed. The Strikers ended up with 188 for 5, a top score of 78 from Ali Masood. He scored that off of 46 deliveries. He was eventually dismissed by Kalavislapu and caught by Owen Feely. And couple of cameos at the end of the innings for the Strikers from Ilyas Hassan with 11 from 8 and Shayan Khan with 18 from 8. And not much standing out from the bowling from the Hippos. Dave Robson with none for 30 off his 4 was quite economical. Richard Parkin got 1 for 41. Owen Freely 1 for 18 from 2 overs. Simoon Quasi 1 for 15 from 1 over. And there was quite a few dropped catches. So hopefully you'll be able to stay with us for the second half. I am joined in the commentary box by Ragnar Halleck.
Hello.
We've had a little bit of a false start there from the bowler. We have Dave Robson and Owen Feely opening the batting for the Hippos. Habib opening the bowling. Dave chips this one. The third man prevents the boundary and he just gets through for the 1 run. So the Hippos are requiring 9.5 and over to chase this down. It's a tall ask. Habib comes into Owen, and Owen just watches that one pass his offside stump. He was not interested at all. Not much wind around at the moment. It is still very cool.
Yeah, I see.
Here at Tiskre. Habib comes in again. And again, Owen watches it outside his off stump. And the umpire has called it wide. Looked a little tight from my angle. But I'm not the one out in the middle who gets to make the decision.
I'm happy to be in the booth video because the wind isn't.
It's a lot warmer in here than it is out there, indeed.
The scores were wearing gloves.
And that's another wide.
Wow.
Yeah. As soon as that ball passed the batter, I was quite sure it was going to get called because I would definitely say it was slightly wider than the previous one. Hi to Venki watching from Prague. That's another wide. This is absolutely what the Hippos would love to be seeing.
Definitely.
Lots of freebies coming, and more importantly, making the bowler have to bowl so many more extra deliveries. The more extra deliveries that they get, the easier it will be for them to chase down this big target
188.
of 185.
88.
Is what they need to get. Yep.
Ah.
Owen gets off the mark there with a single. So, national team player to national team player. Habib Khan to Dave Robson. Full. Dave just pushes this one away and they'll scamper through for one. The full toss just came on to Dave a little quicker. He wasn't able to open up the shoulders and take advantage of the power play. He's having a little inspection of his bat there. Swing and a miss from Owen. I think the task for Owen should be to just push singles and let Dave take most of the strike. Apologies for the score overlay on your screen, which seems to have gone into disco mode.
But that was a
dot ball.
Dot ball and an over.
First over finally comes to completion. 6 runs from it. The score overlay seems to have calmed down a bit. Got a little excited there. Flashing away. Yeah. Hippos are going to need to up the run rate if they're going to have any chance of chasing this down. 6 and over is not going to do it for them. But everybody is a little bit rusty. First game of the season. We saw that with a few Hippos dropping catches. Bilal Massoud, the new bowler from the Kiev end. Another national team member. Dave Robson just blocking it away. We'll have a little look. He knows it's the start of the season, and as I said, everyone's rusty, so there's going to be loose deliveries. And that is a loose one, and that is a wide. Blau is a new call up to the national team squad. And he's gone down leg side again. The left-hander is causing Bilal some struggles with his line, as left-handers are wont to do. There are some people who believe left-handers should not be allowed to play cricket for reasons such as this, but I don't subscribe to that.
I think it makes the game more interesting.
Absolutely. So it looks like it's going to be signalled leg byes, and it is by the umpire. So it brings Owen on to strike to face Bilal for the first time. See if Bilal can fare a little better to the right-hander. Oh. It is another wide. The wides are racking up. It's 6 so far, and we are not even through 2 overs. Early season rustiness. Much better ball from Bilal there. Owen played all around it and it just went over the top of the stumps. You'll need to get on the front foot a bit more to good deliveries from that, like that from Bilal. Goes onto the back foot and plays and misses. He will be far better off trying to step forward and drive balls like that. And the score overlay is having its glitch out fest again, sorry. Just trying to add some entertainment to you. That will be another wide. And, anyone who is looking to pick the top scorer for the Hippos, most would have been looking at Dave Robson, Stu Hook in particular. I'd be putting my money on extras, the way things are going at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Extras are absolutely blitzing it. Bilal comes in once more from the Kiev end. And then it's another wide. He had commented in the start of the first innings of the lack of wides in the opening overs. Bilal and Habib are making up from that. For that, we've had 8 wides already. It's really the main way that the Hippos are getting runs on the board.
I don't have any more room in my box for the ball after this over. I'm scoring in the background as well.
Just have to use the next one.
Mm-hmm.
That's a much better delivery from Bilal. Bit of shape. Came into Owen. And they're not able to
Score any runs off that.
So the second over finally comes to an end. Only 6 runs coming from it. And so again, Hippos not doing well to just score off the bat. If they had been able to score a boundary in amongst all that, things would be absolutely fantastic for them due to the wides that they are being given by the strikers bowlers. Adjustment, bringing a fielder around to a just forward of deep square leg. There is also a square leg in for Dave Robson, the left-hander. They're now pushing that square leg backwards. It's come around a bit. There's still a nice gap between them for him. But it's a good ball from Habib, and Dave shows it some respect. Blocking it back to the bowler. The other fielder on the boundary is at deep third man. There's a couple of very big gaps on the onside in front of the wicket. One's gone through to the keeper. It was down the leg side. I think the umpire has not given it. Dave Robson is appealing. He shouldn't be doing that. He's shaking his head at the umpire. He's trying to get himself on report in the first match of the season.
Well, not going to comment on what he's been talking about his performance, but
he's driven that one away through
they
the
get a run off
covers. Yeah, well run.
Nice.
He's still questioning the umpire. And as the tournament referee, I'll be expecting a report from the umpire about this, as someone has to sit next to Dave in the office on Monday. That'll be less enjoyable. Oh, that's well bowled from Habib. Little shorter, got up. Owen watched it pass by just below his chin.
Well, he's quite brave going there without a helmet.
Indeed. And all of the national team players will be out there wearing helmets now because it's required by the ICC. That's another good ball from Habib, really tying Owen up. Yeah, the ICC just yesterday morning announced some new playing conditions for ODIs and T20Is where batters must wear a helmet when facing pace bowling. Of course, they don't define pace bowling. So the national team players have been instructed to start wearing helmets more often.
Wow,
Owen chips this one over the infield. They should get 2. They turn for it. Nice and easily done. We will see if Stu Hook comes out to bat if he's wearing a helmet, because I've never seen him wear a helmet while batting.
No.
But as I said, he's in the national team, and all national team players have been told, you need to start wearing a helmet when you're batting because you're going to have to do international matches. Get used to it.
Mm-hmm.
Three overs down, none for 15. Despite giving away lots of wides, the strikers are restricting the scoring from the Hippos. Owen is on 3 from 11, Dave 3 from 7. There's a big appeal.
No. What happened? So, but the umpires are not giving it, so dot ball. So we have faced the booth the other way around, but I still feel like for me it's too bright in here.
Bright?
Yeah. Well, I have the sensitive eyes of Estonian blonde girl. Oh wait, that was another.
Dave just pushes that one just in front of point for a single. Strikers are going to have to find boundaries and find them very, very quickly and then frequently if they're going to have any chance of chasing down this total. Comes Bilal again. That's a very good ball. Well defended by Owen. Yeah, as Ragnar was saying, we've moved the commentary hut and the camera to the opposite end of the field. We're now at the Kiev end, so you can see the nets in the background. We're looking north, approximately towards Stockholm. Swing from Owen there. Half-hearted appeal for LBW.
Half-hearted.
Straight back to
I
the
was
bowler.
looking at the field, so I didn't see quite what had happened because for us it's on the ground view.
And I was looking at the scorecard on the laptop. In the end, just a dot ball.
Yeah.
And the fourth over comes to an end.
They
No
really do have
wides.
to- No, yes. But
Just
they
the one run.
start getting boundaries, at least.
The Hippos are struggling. They're Gonna have to try to go a little bit more aggressive. I don't think they can try to wait for a weaker bowler, because there's some very good bowlers in this team from the strikers. Habib and Bilal opening. There's also Ali Masood, who is, as mentioned, national team player. He's taken 12 wickets from 10 games for the national team. And there's the national team captain, Arslan Amjad. Ilyas Hassan is a former member of the national team. Oh, it's a full toss. Dave's missed it. They're going to get through for a bye. Fielder slips over just in front of us. Actually, it's been called a no ball. So no ball plus one bye. So it is a free hit. Owen Freely is on strike. Better pitched from Syed there. They'll get through from one. Syed is also a member of the national team. Interesting bowling change. The strikers here, as the seamers were restricting the bat as well. Cross bats log shot from Dave Robson, but he doesn't get hold of it and just picks up the one run. Owen finds the gap through the infield there. He'll get another single. Do expect spin here in the power play. I do expect Dave Robson to go on the attack, try to find a boundary, try to get that first one for his team. Drives this one through the covers. It's racing away. It's going to pull up though, and they'll just get the 2 runs.
Well, it seems like they have warmed up and now are finally running.
Indeed. It was a good shot, but I don't think he quite found the middle. If he had of that, surely would have been a boundary. Goes for a similar area here, but it should just be one. It was more of a push rather than a drive. Good to see some of the viewers have come back, discovered that the stream is live again after we were down for most of the first innings. Apologies for that. We just completely and utterly lost internet. But Ragnar came to the rescue.
Yeah, hotspotting from my phone, so I just wanted to keep warmer inside here.
Yeah, it is far more pleasant being inside the commentary hut than anywhere else on the ground. We do have a couple of hardy spectators.
Yes, there's a women's national team manager. Anne-Marie was even on the field.
Yeah, she's still over there with
The kiddo.
With her son and partner Marco. Marco, as I mentioned in the earlier parts of the commentary, he's got a back problem. He's resting and rehabilitating. See a couple other people there. There's watching. And it's like another change in the bowling from the Kiev end. Sultan Mahmoud is a new player for the Strikers, transferred from Eesti Tigers.
Oh, and that good one, but almost close. Needs a little bit more power. but they got the 2 runs in.
Yep.
Nicely done.
Yeah, Dave not quite getting that pull shot right. Once he gets his timing right, they will be going to the boundary. Fuller ball. This one, I think, is going to be the first boundary. It's getting there.
Almost.
Oh, my God, it's going to pull up.
Okay, it might have gone if the... Oh, buddy, your coffee just fell. Oh,
Yeah.
I'll get it.
The fielder did come around, but it was going a little slower than expected. As Travis mentioned in the first innings, the grass is a little longer than usual.
Well, it still gets a bit cold, so... But it's for me, it's unusually short for cricket.
And the previous ball was actually a no ball as well.
I saw.
Yeah, this is a free hit. It's short. Pulled away. Again, he hasn't gotten hold of it. He's just going to pick up the 1 run. Yeah, I was too busy leaning to watch the ball go towards the boundary to notice that the umpire has signalled no ball. Sultan is going to come over the wicket now to Owen, and that's going to be a wide down the leg side. Extra's doing fantastic for the Hippos at this juncture. If either of the players with the bat could equal extras, they'd be doing fantastically. Well, actually, Dave is actually now equal. 13 extras and Dave is on 13 from 17. Pushed away by Owen to get the single. Which is exactly what he should be doing. Trying to give Dave as much face as possible. Dave hasn't managed to get a boundary yet. He is the most likely of the two.
All right. Hopefully he's warmed up now.
That's another wide.
Yeah.
You shouldn't be chasing after those. Let them go. Slashes this one over the top of the infield. It's not going to make the rope. Fielder pulls it in, and that's another 2.
We need panorama view here because the balls are restricting us.
Yeah. We do have windows on 3 sides, and the 3 sides we need, but the corners means we've got a couple of blind spots. A little difficult to actually be able to see sometimes, and that's a dot ball to end the over. 6 overs down, 35 runs on the board for the Hippos. They're about halfway from where they would need to be on target, but they do still have Stu Hook to come, Tim Heath, both of whom...
Didn't he got injured in the first innings?
Tim?
Tim, yeah. Why did he?
No, he came off for the last 5 overs to deal with a business problem.
Oh.
Yeah. Not a physical or a health problem. Some might have thought he just wanted to have a sit down, but no, he actually had a work issue he had to deal with. He came off the field and he was straight to the phone.
And beautiful shot.
And Owen Feely has hit a 4.
4. Well,
So-
it's the first boundary for Hippos now.
It is, and
Nicely done.
we were expecting Dave to be the one to get that milestone for his side, but instead Owen has stepped up. He's decided it's time to start scoring.
Yep.
He waited till the end of the power play. Just pushes this one away for a single. That's always a good way to do it. Hit a boundary and then get a single. Let your partner have a go. I do think Saeed is the bowler that they should be targeting the most. Fuller, Dave has not read that well at all, and he's not happy with himself. He stepped away from the ball. And that's the one he just blocks out for another dot. Saeed to Dave. Dave pulls this one. It is straight to a fielder, though. Lands just in front of him. It came off the bat looking every bit of a 4, but the fielder was right there. So last ball of the over. Owen on strike. Drives it straight back to the bowler, and he's caught and bowled. And so the Hippos' first wicket goes in the exact same fashion as the Strikers' first wicket, with a caught and bowled. Saeed Etkar is the one who gets the breakthrough for the Strikers. Gets revenge for Owen hitting the boundary off him. Strikers get their first breakthrough.
And who is the next batsman coming for Hippos? Is that Simon?
No, I think it might be Rudesh. I'll wait to see.
Waiting for the back to turn. Jersey number.
I don't know what Priyangal looks like at all. I haven't seen him. All I've seen him is bowl 2 overs and field miles away from me. I know who it's not. So I do think it's...
Number 46. Do we know?
Yeah, I haven't got numbers next to me.
Oh, matter.
And Dave gets a single. It is the new Hippo Priyangal. Yeah. He didn't look quite so stocky when he was bowling.
It's the pads maybe. It's the pads maybe.
Oh, I was meaning the chest area.
Oh.
He looks. He didn't look quite so solid. So let's see if he can put some of that muscle to work and get the ball over the boundary, get his side run rate going in the right direction. Sultan comes in again, and that's a wide. Some teams have fines for wides. And
I haven't heard this year's Hippos any penalty thing is that they...
the big appeal. The umpire is not interested. Sultan was down on the one knee, begging for the wicket. He's not getting it. Not getting any love out of the umpire at all. Sultan in again. Priyangal. It's off the pads.
And they're going for 2.
So they'll pick up 2 leg byes. There's the signal from the umpire, yep. See, as I was saying, if strikers had fines for wides, they would have had 15 euros already. There's another appeal, and this one is given.
The signing from the umpires for
Signal, yeah.
Subtle.
I'll be having a word with the umpire because his finger did not go above his shoulder.
Same in the first innings. I was like, is he scratching his ear or something? I'm like, I can't see that.
Yeah, thanks. Umpires need to get their finger up above their head, and that wasn't even above the shoulder. And as we're directly behind the umpire, I couldn't tell that he'd given him out until the batter started walking. So Pringle's debut for the Hippos with the bat has not gone well. He is back in the pavilion for a duck. LBW Sultan.
And Stewart is coming in.
Yep. Hippos captain is the new batter. And a lot now rests on the shoulder of this pair. If they don't have a big partnership from these two, then it's all over for the Hippos.
I'm sorry, I missed. How was the last batsman out?
LBW.
Batter. LBW, thank you.
So Sultan into Stu, outside off, cuts it straight to the point fielder for a dot ball. This one is again outside off, but Stu does not get bat onto ball. So that is a dot to complete the over.
Yeah.
I think that's one short for the over.
What you mean?
That over, I think there was only 5 legal deliveries. There was the single, then there was a wide, and then a dot. The leg buys, a wide, dot, dot. So that's only 5 legal deliveries.
1, 2, 3. Oh.
Because there was only 2 dots after the wicket.
Yeah.
That Stu faced.
So
So, yep,
notes.
make a little note in your scorebook.
6th over. 1
7th over.
7th. Oh,
Yep.
my apologies. 7th. 1 short. Sorry, learning here.
Scoring. People say you never stop learning, and when it comes to scoring, I think that's absolutely true.
And that was the end of the power play. Yeah.
The power play was finished after 6 overs.
Ah. Yes, you were right. You were telling how Owen got a finally boundary, and that was just...
Dot ball. Saeed bowling once again from Stockholm end. That's right where Stu Hook likes to see them, and that will be 4 runs.
Nicely done.
Put anything on his body or just outside of his legs, and he is going to absolutely be all over it. Much needed 4 for the Hippos. Brings up the 50. 2 for 50 to 8.3 overs. Similar place again. But Stu doesn't get hold of this one. Saeed very animatedly appealing for LBW, but it pitched outside of leg stump. So the umpire shook his head. This one's much straighter, a much better appeal, but he's still not being given the decision he wants. Saeed appeals like an Energizer bunny, bouncing up and down.
Okay, now I see.
So at the end of the over, just the 5 runs from it. And after 9 overs, 2 for 50. 139 needed from 66 balls. These two would have to start smashing boundaries left, right and centre to have any chance. If anyone's going to do it, these two are capable.
Definitely. I played with them in Montenegro and both retired in 2 games, in 2 days that I was playing as well. I think Dave did 150 and Stu did over something 100.
Mm-hmm. Certainly a lot easier to get those big scores in Montenegro, as the ground's a lot smaller.
Yes, we did.
And the bowlers are a lot drunker.
Oh, that was just a friendly match, yes.
Yeah, it's just social. That's the point of it.
No.
It's not to criticise.
Maybe it's the nerves that it's...
So another change in the bowling from the strikers. Ilyas Hassan is coming on to bowl from the Kiev end. Ilyas is a former member of the national team. Unfortunately, he's got work commitments, which has forced him to step down. He comes into Dave Robertson. That will be called a wide. The wides keep adding up for the Hippos. I do think that the number of wides has probably actually contributed to the inability of the Hippos batters scoring, because when you get lots of wides, you're not getting bat on the ball so often. It's harder to find a rhythm. Dave just pushes this one forward of the wicket for a single. Batters do like to get bat on ball with regularity. Nice to see Ben Jones in the chat. Oh, I think Robbo was gone if that had been a direct hit. These two do have to take some risks if they want to get the score going. Ilyas into Dave. And he's bowled him. Dave's played completely across the line.
Has umpire signalled yet?
He's looking to go count corner to a ball which was dead on his stumps.
Oh, that's sad.
That's the one of the big wickets that the strikers wanted to get.
Can we get a replay? No, I'm on the stream. Not yet.
We've got the technical capability, but it often messes up with everything and get problems that I've encountered when we put in the replays. So we're not utilising that functionality at this point in time.
Well, on YouTube you can just speed back. And be a little bit behind on the live.
So the new batter is Tim Heath.
Tim Heath.
And this match is the 100th game for Tim Heath that is in the Cricket Heroes scoring system. You see that up on your screen now. 100 matches, 90 innings, 2,722 runs. He has played a lot more than that matches in Estonia, because the records in Cricket Heroes for Estonian cricket at this point in time only go back to 2014. And he's played and missed at his first delivery, but they're going to get through for a bye. Yeah. So Elias enters to hook once more. Full, and he just pushes it back to the bowler.
You wanna come back?
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Dot ball to finish the over. Very good over for Elias. 1 for 3 for his figures. There was also the leg bye, so 4 to the score total.
I'm not following. Okay. All right.
So Saeed is going to continue. He's
His last over then.
going well. 1 for 18 from his 3. At his style of bowling, Tim Heath is going to look to smash him out of the ground. He started to come forward there, Tim, and realised that it was not the length for that. And he gets kept on his crease to just block one out. He does step forward. He pulls this one away, and that's going to be 4 runs. It's exactly what I was expecting to see from him. He'll need at least a couple more of those to get the Hippos back on track. Pulls this one away again.
Gonna find a fielder. And
He didn't quite get hold of that, but they'll still get back for this time he goes to the offside and he's beaten the fielder, but I think he just got a fingertip on it, prevented it from getting to the boundary, so that's 2 more runs. Oh, little inside edge, just misses the stumps, and they'll get through for a single. So that's 13 from the over. That is the closest to getting to the run rate required they have done. The run rate required is 13.5. They will need every other over to be like this just to have a chance and not lose either of these wickets. So Tim Heath moves to 13 from 7. The Hippos are 3 for 67 after 11 overs. And that's the end of Saeed, whose figures of 1 for 18 after 3 are now ballooned out to 1 for 31 after 4. That is the end of his contribution with the ball.
all right, let's start.
Elias to Tim. It was a good ball on the stumps, but he's gotten it away for 1 run. Only sharing the strike with Stu for a little bit. Go Hippos from Svevic in the chat. Hippos are going to have to really go to get back in this game.
That was a dot ball.
Mm-hmm. It is rare territory seeing Stewart 5 runs from 11 deliveries. Cuts this one away, doesn't get hold of it properly though. Just pick up the 1. So the early season struggles, rustiness, the cobwebs affecting some players more than others. Elias bowls this one into Tim Heath's body. Manages to get the bat away. Flicked away by Tim Heath.
Boundary.
Yeah, that's a 4. Tim Heath stepping up for the Hippos here. He's going to have to hit a lot more boundaries if they're going to have any chance to put pressure onto the strikers. Full toss on the body. He stepped into it. If he had stepped away from it, I think the umpire would have given him a wide for it. Instead, just picks up the 1 run. And that is the completion of 12 overs, 74 for the loss of 3 wickets. Tim Heath moving on to 19 from 11. Stu Hook, 6 from 12, a strike rate of 50. That's just bizarro. I think Stu with strike rates of 150 is more common. Yes, Stu's strike rate in Estonian cricket before this match was 151. His average 53.8. So at the moment his strike rate's more like his average. But I'm sure he'll come good.
As well.
Yep, brand new bowler. Ashraful Shuvo, bowling from the Stockholm end. Puts his first ball just outside of off stump. Tim Heath unable to get bat onto it.
Beautiful. Is it caught? Nope.
Fielder gets one hand to it, just looking to stop the boundary. It was Estonian men's national team captain Arslan Amjad preventing the 6 there.
Oh.
Shuvo comes in again. Straighter ball here, driven to long on. Just get the 1 run.
Yeah.
Stu Hook just blocks that one out. Anyone joining us who wasn't watching in the first innings, the dead patches you see is thanks to a fungal disease. Stu goes aerial. There's a fielder coming in, but he is not going to get to it. Bounces once. I'll pick up the 1 run. Yeah, unfortunately, we've picked up a fungal disease, and it's
I've never heard of such a thing.
No?
But it's just a background grass usually. Not a match grass that I'm used to.
Well, normally people talk about fungal disease. It's on a person. Between the
Do we know
toes
how
and
to
stuff.
get rid of it?
We're going to be... there's people coming in to do some spraying,
All right.
which should solve the problem. And hopefully then we won't have any more dead patches. The grass will be able to grow well, because the areas where it isn't, they actually look quite good. And I can tell you that I was out here last week. There was barely any dead patches on this field at all. Stu just pushes this one through the covers for a one run. And if you think what you can see on our screen looks bad, you should see the rugby field.
Yes, that is the worst. The spread thingy on that pitch, like that looks awful.
Yeah, it's the worst affected. From a distance, you think it looks fine. Once you get closer to it, you realise it's just all dead. Tim Heath goes to the air. It's just wide of the fielder, and that's a 4. And the young Erasmus, the son of Marco and Anna Marie, was the only one who probably could have stopped that ball. But as he's 10 metres behind the boundary, no effect. Elias comes in again. Tim dances down again. He goes into the air. The fielder has completely and utterly misjudged it. He came running in when the ball went flying over his head for 6.
I didn't say bounce.
That was
I
6.
think 6.
Yeah, it's umpire signaled it.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, no, you saw it correct. I don't know what the fielder was thinking. If he had have actually just not moved, he probably would have been able to catch it. Instead, he ran about 6 metres away from the ball. And Tim goes to the air yet again. This time he goes to the right of the same fielder. So 4 more. 15 runs from 4 deliveries. This is a fantastic over for the Hippos. Heidi Geetmer watching. Glad you're enjoying the commentary. Say hello to your friend.
Hi, Geetma. I'm glad that you're enjoying the game and my commentary. She came into private messages and...
Oh, what is Stu done here? But he's managed to get back in time. The fielder did not realise that Stu was stuck in no man's land. The live score seems to have
bit behind on the
stopped
stream.
working. Yeah. So they're actually 93 for 3 after 14 overs.
So after the 4 we had 1.
No, 1, then a 4, then a 6, then a 4, then
one.
dot, dot.
Dot, dot. Who's on the comments is saying some serious batting from Tim, not rusty at all. A legend. Thank you.
When you've got Tim's ability to his hand-eye coordination, his way of seeing the ball, they're things you don't really ever lose. Doesn't matter how long you are out from playing.
Oh!
Tim chases the wide, and the fielder is now chasing the ball to the boundary. He's just managed to stop it.
But they got 2 runs off that wide.
Stu's going back for the third.
Wow! I mean,
Well run by Stu.
done. Thank you for all the nice comments about our commentary. I appreciate it. No? 3 runs off the wide.
It wasn't a wide.
It wasn't.
No, he chased what would have been a wide.
And the score is still not live on the live stream for some reason.
No, I might have a problem with the app. No, we don't have a problem with the app because it's coming through on...
On the website?
Yeah, fine. So I got... That would have to be...
But that one didn't come through now. That 3. And Tim chucks the ball. Doesn't get to the boundary, but the fielder finds it and they get 2 runs off it.
Did you have the first ball of this over as a no ball?
No, I didn't. I think I was watching the commentary.
Yeah, I didn't see it. In the air, but he has picked out the gap. I'll just pick up the 1 run.
No.
So Shuvo comes in again from the Stockholm end. Just clips the leg of Stu Hook, so this should be a leg by. And yep, that's what the umpire signals. The score is 103 for 3. With 1 ball remaining in this over. Inside edge from Tim Hook. Misfield from the fielder just in front of us. They'll get through for 1. So 104 for 3 after 15 overs.
And I think I have lost track of the scoring that over. And watching the commentary at the same time does not work for me. I'm not on that level yet. Gonna be a rough day tomorrow when I have to score on my own. Although I'm revising at home.
Well, just remember you have to
Just
not look at
you.
the phone and talk to your scoring partner.
Yes, luckily I'm
You
not
won't be
alone.
doing any commentary. You won't have all these screens as distractions.
Yes.
So you've
And
got...
you'll be umpiring, so...
I won't be doing this.
Yes.
I'll be doing a
Your
proper signal.
outs are quite nice and high. Well,
So the new bowler will be Aslan from Kiev end.
somebody in the comments is saying that the score overlay issue needs a manual reset. Perhaps the technician Robo can help. Perhaps he can. Oh, buddy. But
Just a dot ball there. Yeah, that would actually require one of us leaving the warmth of the hut to go out
I
into
can
the
message
cold.
him, but I don't think he's on his phone, or it is on silent like it was yesterday when I was trying to reach him.
He's standing over there waving a bat around. But no, there's not a problem with the app, and there's not a problem with the website. I can only assume the problem is actually on Crick Heroes server side,
Give him a call.
which
as
is
well.
where most
Maybe
of the
he-
problems are.
Hold on.
So a single to Tim Heath there.
So I'm gonna go fetch Dave. Yeah?
Yeah, sure.
I don't mind walking around. Alright, BRB.
Arslan to Stu. Stu whips this one off his legs. Fielder's coming around and will just cut it off in front of the boundary. They'll pick up 2 runs.
No. Still 2 connected. All good. Almost walked away with the hotspot.
Yeah, our only supply of internet is from Ragnar's hotspot, and she just about ran away from the hut with her phone. And Tim Heath has smashed that. That's 6. Pulled it just square of cow corner. A much needed maximum for the Hippos. So thanks to that 6 from Tim Heath, Hippos score moves along to 114 for 3 after 16 overs. It's a massive ask. 100 runs in 39 balls. 15 runs and over. Tim Heath, though, with that 6, brought up his 50 from just 28 deliveries. I think the Hippos probably could have done with Tim coming in a little earlier. Habib is coming back into the attack from the Stockholm end. He's got 2 overs remaining. His first 2 overs, none for 9. He did bowl 3 wides, but he also bowled 7 dots. So the 2 national teammates doing battle in the pitch. Habib to Stu. Outside off, Stu just pushes this one away. They're looking for 2. The fielder's got the ball, and Stu gets in well comfortably. Not a problem at all. And they move to 116 for 3.
We are live.
And we have the live score back up.
Woohoo!
Thanks to
If you pick up your
technician
phone.
Dave.
I don't have my phone. You don't have your phone when you're playing cricket.
Argue outside.
Thank you.
So Stu with a single there while things were getting fixed up, but you have the live score on screen. Tim's driving this one. He'll just pick up the 1 run. So Habib coming in to Stu. Stu cuts this one away. He's looking for 2. Two fielders both basically looking at each other. Oh, you take it. No, you take it. No, please. I insist. And that's what has allowed them to be very comfortably through for the second.
Oh, it's bloody cold outside. I went there for 2 minutes.
I was about to say, you were barely out there and your back's shivering again. I'm not looking forward to leaving.
I need to make more tea with me next time. But Robbo was telling me that his legs are already sore. Had a little practice yesterday.
He was sore in the car this morning at 9 a.m. So.
Oh, he was. I
Yeah.
asked him if he was sore from the training. He's like, no, it's from the batting. He now promises not to take a winter off.
We'll see how that works.
Oh.
Jim looking to smack Habib straight down the ground, but doesn't get hold of it. So, in the end, a good over for the strikers. 7 runs coming from it.
Have you commented on them?
121 for 3 after 17. 22.67 runs required per over. Don't think the Hippos are going to do it.
Would be amazing.
Well, yeah, it requires at least 3 sixes per over. So, not holding my breath. Would be great entertainment to see it happen. So Bilal's coming back onto bowl from the Kiev end. And Stu smashes this straight towards us.
Oh,
But
but not
it
a boundary and
hangs in the air. Off the bat, it looked like it was going to hit the commentary hut, and then all of a sudden it just didn't have the legs.
Just one. But it was nice. Wee.
Just the one run for Stu.
All right. Oh, buddy, what happened there?
Oh, lost his run up. It's a very non-Stu Hook innings. 20 runs from 25 balls and only the one boundary. Tim Heath goes aerial. It's almost in the exact same spot.
Nah, a couple of meters to the right. To that one side, yeah. All right. Assa ei tulnud ära. Oh yeah, I promised some Estonian commentary. Totally forgot.
It was a full toss. And it's going to be buys. And it is a no ball as well. Ball comes in again. Free hit, Stu.
Nicely done, but
It's this one just past square leg. Fielder cuts it off. They'll get back for 2 nice and easily. Well, the Hippos have had a few free hits and they've not been able to take advantage of any of them.
free hits. The way I learned about it, it's just through mistakes.
I wouldn't say mistakes. I would say more of just not understanding what it meant.
Well, it was funny because
Tell the viewers. They weren't there. I was. I know the story.
so I've been playing cricket almost 3 years. Let's see what the ball does. And misses, they go, and then What is happening? Can you explain to me? Are they having a drink break? I believe. Yes, water boy is running on. Anyway, so me and the free hit.
They're having a break because Tim's out. He was bowled.
Oh.
Yes, that's what happens when the ball hits the stumps.
Oh, bloody hell. I just didn't see it,
I
okay?
know.
That one I know.
Yeah.
Knew quite early on. But, yeah, we were in Finland. And I've never seen free hit before.
It was a T10 match, Estonia and Finland.
Was it? No, it wasn't
T10.
T10.
Mm.
No, bloody
It was December.
No, I'm talking about August. First time learning about free hit.
I thought you were talking about the one where Natalia took the catch off the free hit and you all thought it was out.
Oh, that as well happened, but my free hit.
Oh, well, when
and
you
I
were
got
batting.
catched. Yeah, I was, and I didn't get out, and I think we were playing T7 even. Anyways, so me and the bowler both were looking at an umpire because I stopped running, and we both didn't know what happened.
Yeah, it was a free hit. You hit it.
Got caught.
The bowler.
Then stopped mid wicket running.
Yep.
And everybody's yelling at me, even Terry, run! I'm like, why? I got caught. And
Managed to do it in the end and got a single.
got a single. Me and the bowler went to the umpire. Can you please explain what happened? Oh. So it was good that I didn't play an experienced player who could have run me out.
Yep. Yeah, so I immediately went to the incident in the T10 in December against Finland when there was a free hit when Estonia were bowling. And off the free hit, Natalia took a really good catch at a short mid-wicket position.
Yes, slow catch.
And that's going to be a 4.
Pew, 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 pew.
As it stops just in front of our hut.
What happened if it goes under the hut? New ball?
I suppose me with my long arms, I have to get out and stretch underneath the hut to get it out.
Mid-match? Oh, stop the commentary. Oh, vegetable.
Well, unless one of the fielders wants to try to get it out, which they're welcome to do. I'm just not sure if any of them have got as long and skinny arms as me.
All right.
Habib in.
Oh.
Stu cuts this one away, and that's going to be another
boundary.
4. Stu's finally found his 4 hitting form, but it's going to be way too late. Unless he can get all of the remaining 4 balls from this over to the boundary, which that would be incredible. Stu's finally gotten his run rate over 100, 31 from 30. He was just pacing himself. That's what he was doing. Flicks this one off the pads.
Fielder's going to find it.
Yeah, they're coming back for 2.
Nicely run.
Very well run. Just looks like he's puffing quite hard there. Remo's the new batter for the Hippos.
Oh yes, still looks a little
You can
tired.
maybe do some Estonian commentary when Remo's on strike. So you do Estonian for the Estonian.
Sure.
Stu slices this one through point, and that will bring Remo on strike.
Loodame, et siit tuleb mõni kuus siis, et see on nagu huvitav ka kohe midagi kommenteerida. Näeb.
What she said.
I'll bring the mic over a bit closer. Yeah. Nii. Ja leiab väljakumängija ajal. See võis õiget teha. Nii et sealt tuli 1. Back to Stu.
Yeah, well played by Remo there, picking up the 1 run, rotating the strike. But the flurry of 4s did not continue after the first 2 for the over. Last ball of the 19th.
Aye.
Oh, swing and a miss. Yeah, they should have gone for that.
I'm not sure if they're going to take it around. Oh, and his.
Stu is not happy. He throws his bat away.
Wow.
Not sure if you realise the strikers are all celebrating. There's still an over to go, guys. But they know that it is basically impossible now for the Hippos. They need 48 runs from 6 balls. So unless we get a whole heap of wides and no balls, or in particular no balls with 6s off them, not actually possible from 6 legal deliveries anymore for the Hippos.
What? I zoned out.
141 for 4.
I need to take my ADHD medication tomorrow for scoring.
Well, there's a wide first up from Sultan. So
here we go.
that's one way to make it easier.
Tuleb nende laiade pealt ka punkte saada, nii et mitte punkte, vaid jookse koguda. Nii, no. Võtavad siit ühe. But not enough. I'm interested to know if they can hear that generating going in the background.
The players.
No, the streamers. On the
No.
stream. Huh?
False start there from Sultan.
Come on, success.
It's a full delivery, and Stu did not get hold of it, but he is going to go back for 2. Remo
Ilus.
running well, and the throw goes to the other end anyway. $145 for 4.
And that got it. Well, it's a 4. What does Tempest say? And
Yeah.
a 4. Three more balls to go? Nope, we had a wide.
Yeah,
as well.
3 more.
No,
And it's going to be another wide. So still 3 deliveries remaining. Now they need 39 from 3.
no, that was a quick turnover.
There's another wide. But
Tired.
I am afraid that the Hippos would still need 20 more of these just to get it to a point where they could win.
I think I could deliver those balls. I am no baller.
This one is still whitish, but Stu wants to get bat on ball.
That's a 4 now.
Indeed it is. So Stu will move to 44. And there are still 2 deliveries. So he could get the 50 here still. He needs a 2 or a 4 or a boundary off this over. That's another wide.
So wide, yeah. Strikers don't want to go off the field in the game.
They want more practice.
I'm gonna come around.
16 wides we've had so far.
But
Yeah,
will
still
it?
get the 2 here. Pulls up just inside the rope.
Yeah.
So a half century is still possible. He's on 46. He's got 1 delivery. Unless there are more wides, but he's not getting anything from the wides. So he's got 1 delivery in which to hit a boundary to bring up his half century. And it's a wide. Will this be the 10th and final ball of the over? It will be.
And
It's just this one away, but there's a fielder there.
Ugh. I'm sorry if I
You're
blocked your view.
No,
Trying to look what happened.
I could see over you. So that is the end of the game with a single. Hippos finish on 160 for 4. Tallinn Strikers, deserved winners by 28 runs. And thanks in particular to the 78 from 46 deliveries by Ali Masood at the top of the innings for the Strikers, ably assisted by Habib Khan with 38 from 27, as well as some good cameos from Bilal with 17 and Cheyenne with 18. So despite Tim Heath's heroic 52 from 32, Dave Robson 19 from 26, and Stu Hook there with his unbeaten 47 from 38. Hippos could not do enough, and that was also partly down to some very economical bowling from the Strikers, in particular Bilal with 1 for 12.
And in the 7th over there was one short that Terry noticed.
Indeed. So that's the end of the first match of the EPL T20 Division 1 season opener. Well, thank you for joining us, watching from wherever you are. I hope you enjoyed the match. And we'll be back live on air tomorrow with 2 Division 2 matches here live from Ground 1 at Tiskre. We hope you join us for that. We'll have matches live streamed every Saturday and Sunday for your pleasure.
Up until Midsummer Days, yeah?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining us. Enjoy your Saturday.
Goodbye.